Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
I was just trying to get Freddie to dance to the theme tune, and he wouldn't. Welcome to Bearded Barry's Church TV. Fantastic to have you guys here. Good morning to Jenny. Morning, Mum. Morning, Nikki. Morning, Lara. Morning, Kieran. Morning, Dad. Great to have you guys here. Fantastic to have you here. Welcome to the last Monday of BBC TV. We're here all week. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. But then that is the end till something different is going to be happening. But this is our last Monday, Fred.
Yeah.
It's quite sad, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a little sad. It's a little sad that it's our last Monday, but it's good to have you guys here. Welcome also to Kelly. Morning, Kelly. Morning, Scarlett. How are you doing, Scarlett? Good to have you here. It's Bearded Barry's Church TV. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. The weather was all right. No, it wasn't. No, the weather was horrible. The weather was horrible. It rained yesterday, didn't it? It wasn't nice at all yesterday, but it's looking beautiful out there today. Freddie, you've done your paper round.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was nice.
It was good. It was good. And also, the news in. I'm losing my voice. Hang on a minute. Oh dear. News in, Freddie got a haircut. Freddie actually booked in, got a haircut. No more bad hair days for Freddie.
No.
Because you were not happy with your hair, were you? After 4 months or whatever it was of no haircuts.
No, it's like February.
February, March, April, May.
Yeah, so
It was 4 or 5.
Okay.
4 or 5 months of no haircuts. You were kind of sort of starting to get quite annoyed with your hair, wasn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Freddie had a haircut. And did George. George also had a haircut. And me, I trimmed my beard.
And dyed your beard.
And I dyed my beard. I did. I know. I was that bored. But morning, Nikki, as well. Morning, Sky. Morning, Savannah. So what else did we do over the weekend, Fred? Anything exciting?
Nanny and Bob's came.
Yeah, my mum and dad came round. They came round for dinner on Sunday. We were very careful, but we had dinner. We made a pie, and it was a huge pie, wasn't it? But it was about that tall. This pie. It was amazing. Oh, look, that's from Scarlett. Oh, thank you, Scarlett. I miss you as well. Always smiling, always friendly. I love you, Scarlett. Yeah, we'll miss you, but we will be back. We will definitely be back doing Messy Church live when we're all allowed to meet again. But for now, we have to make do with this. But we are, as I say, we are going to do something different. When Bearded Barry's Church TV finishes this Thursday, give it a couple of weeks and we'll be back on a Wednesday at 3:15 in the afternoon. It'll be like an afternoon after school club. That's what it's going to be. And then that will carry on when we do meet together. We will be having an after school club, which will be fantastic. Looking forward to that. Now, what else was I going to say, Fred?
I don't know.
I've lost it. I forgot what I was going to say. Good morning, Troy. Troy's there as well. Good to have you here, Troy. Right, we're going to play our first game. Freddie was a bit worried. It's the school holiday. That's what I was going to say. It's the start of the school holidays. Now, for some of you, that makes no difference because it's kind of just you haven't been at school for ages anyway. But I know some of you have been going back to school, and it is the start of the school holidays. Freddie was worried that no one was going to be joining us live this morning, which meant that Freddie was going to have to play the game with me, and people would watch it later when they're back from their days out or whatever they're doing. But no, we can do it with everyone this morning, Fred. And the first game is 5 letters for the first game. So let's see how well you do. Last week, wonder if I can do 2-0 on the last week, Fred.
I don't think you've ever done 2-0.
I think I have done 2-0 before. Once, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how well I do. Troy is playing Hello Neighbour. That's scary. Dad's going for an E. There is not an E. Good start for me.
Me with an A.
Now with an A. There is not an A. Better start for me. That's good. Nikki Savannah Sky with an O. That is not good because there is an O. Oh, Scarlett, don't guess so soon. If you guess, I might have to do a line. It's not house. Good guess, though. 5 letters with an O. People are thinking, Fred. Oh, an R. There is an R, Fred. I don't think I'm going to do Scarlet with a T. There's not a T. It's like you're making your own word at the bottom. You've got eat there. W. W. Fred. Scarlett's put W, and there is a W.
And with a C.
Oh, Fred, I'm not going to do 2-0 because there is a C, but there isn't an S.
Eats.
But we now have eats. Oh, Dad's gone with crown. It's not crown. Scarlet with an I. Or is it an L? I don't know. I think that's an L. I'm going to put L. There's not an L. Jenny with crown. We've had crown. It's not crown, Jenny. I think that's the delay, so I won't give you another line. Dad and Sky and Savannah with a D. It is D. The word was crowd. Well done. Word was crowd. There you go. 1-0 to you. Not a good start, Fred. I mean, for them. Not for me, though. Not a good start. Dear me. Dear me. Okay. So, crowd will feature in the story. So I wonder what the story might be. The second word is only 4 letters. And I'm never too sure, Fred, if 4 letters is a good one, if it's a way to win or not. I'm never too sure. Morning, Emily. Morning, Elisa. Morning, Elijah. Hope you guys are okay. Hope you had a good weekend. The weather's better today than it was over the weekend, Fred, which is a good start for the school holidays, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will stay like this.
So it's for a week when we go camping.
Oh, hopefully.
Nice.
Scarlet with a H. There's no H, I'm afraid, Scarlet.
It always
Oh, my mum went with a H as well.
It always rains on me 1 week.
It does.
Hopefully it won't this year.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry about being late. Nikki with a U. There's not a U.
Scarlet with an F.
Scarlet with an F. There's not an F. You're making your own words at the bottom again. Huff. S from Scarlett. Scarlett, there is an S. Well done. Right at the end. Last letter.
Robin with an I.
I mean, Lisa and Robin with an I. There's not an I. There's Miss Seelan.
Nanny with an E.
Nanny with an E. There is an E, unfortunately. Late again. Don't worry, Rachel. Don't worry, Erin. Don't worry, Evie. No problem. You've only missed the first game and I lost, so nothing, no news there. Oh, was that an O? There's an O, yeah. I mean, at least with an O. There's not an O. Scarlett with a T. Scarlett. Oh, I'm going to lose now. Now Scarlett's got that T there. That's helpful. Look at that. Scarlett with an N. Well done, Scarlett. Alistair with an M. Mets. That's the American, is that basketball team or baseball team? Baseball, I think. Nets. Well done, Scarlett. You got it. Yeah, Nets. So it was 2-0 today. It just wasn't 2-0 to me.
No.
That's a shame. That's a shame, Fred.
Not for me.
Not for you, no. So yeah, crowd and nets is the word, or the words, and they both feature in the story. I wonder what that story might be. Have a think. Crowds was the tricky one. Nets might actually give it away. Right. Okay. So Freddie, we have had our picture. We have had our game, which must mean it's time for your pictures. And we have had some pictures in today. The first picture, I need to explain the first picture. Okay, so yesterday, if you missed our church service yesterday, which is on Facebook and YouTube, George did some origami, and he made, he didn't make an oblong, he made this, and it is like a paper wallet, and you've got a pocket there where you can put money, and there's a pocket, oh, I've just broken it, sorry John, and there's a pocket at the top, and there's a pocket there, and it's a paper wallet that George made, and you can put money in it, or you can put vouchers in it, or you can just put notes in it. Any notes you've got that you've been writing, you can put them in there. And that was the craft yesterday, because we were talking about gifts and what gifts we have that we can give, not just money. So like giving gifts of our time and helping and experience and all things like that. So George made that. And we then got a picture through from Eliana, and Eliana made these, which is fantastic. And Eliana is Ruth's niece. And what is amazing about this is that Eliana is only 4. And she said she really likes doing it. And Eliana, they are fantastic. Thank you very much for those. They are really cool, really good. So fantastic. Well done, Eliana. Love those. And if you want to know how to make one of these, then just skip back on Facebook or YouTube and have a look at yesterday's service, and you'll find out how to make those. You just make it out of an A4 sheet of paper. It's brilliant. And then we had another picture come in, this time from Erin and Evie, they were late today, but not too late for their picture, which is fantastic. They get to see it live. And here you are, girls. Here is your picture. And you made the fish that we made last week. And they are fantastic. And I said if you had any sequins, they would make the picture look, the fish look even better, because I didn't have any sequins, but you did. And look at those fish with the sequins looking really glittery and sparkly, and also googly eyes as well. So girls, well done for those. They are fantastic. Loving those a lot. And also, just realised that Erin, it's school holiday, so Erin's watching live as well. So hello, you don't have to watch it later on, which is fantastic. And interesting that there was nets. Interesting, there was fish. They did fish as their craft, and the story was crowd and nets. That's interesting, isn't it, Freddie? That might be a clue there. Might be a clue. Right, okay. So we've had our pictures, which must mean, Fred, it's that time. It's time for... It's time for jokes from our digital assistant, plus one, because we have a joke from a real human being as well. I had to listen to about 13 jokes from the digital assistant this morning before I actually got one that was funny, because they weren't very funny this morning. But first, we'll go with the first joke. Are you ready?
Yes.
What do you get if you spill a cup of tea on a rabbit?
What?
A hot cross bunny.
Heard that one before.
You've heard it before?
Yeah.
And?
It was funny then.
Give us the mark. Oh, Fred. Fred, the hot cross bunny is not funny. Okay.
Not anymore.
Okay. Okay. I like this one. This one's good. I imagine there's going to be a lot of people doing this one. Oh, Scarlett's got one. Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know, Scarlett. Why did the chicken cross the road? We'll come back to that one. You ready? Okay, here's the next joke. This one, I like this one. You ready? How do you scare a panda?
How?
With some bamboo.
I don't like that one because it's scary.
No, that was good. That's a good one.
No.
With some bamboo.
You scare the life out of me.
That was a good one. I mean, it's not quite as good as the monkey one we had a while back, but that is a good one. I like that one. Ah, that is a good one. Yeah.
Did you see me jump?
Scarlett, because he went to the other side. That's pretty likes that one, Scarlett. Okay, here's our next joke. Our next joke is from Paul Rose. Paul Rose used to come to our church, and then she's moved off to Milton Keynes now, but I know she does watch it. So good morning, Paul. Great to have you watching. Here is your joke. Thank you very much for sending it in. Are you ready, Fred?
Yeah.
What did the alien say to the petrol pump?
What?
Take your finger out of your ear when I'm talking to you. Do you like it? Okay, so an alien that's come down to Earth, okay? Yeah. Alien doesn't know what people are, goes up to a petrol pump, thinks it's a real thing. The petrol pump has, you take the petrol out and put it in it.
Oh, okay.
Thought it was being rude, had its finger in its ear.
Yeah.
No?
Yes. I like it.
I found it funny, Paul.
I like it.
It was a good joke. I like it. Thank you very much, Paul. Guys, if you have any jokes or any pictures, please send them in to me right here, barry@holysaviour.church, and I will show them. And also, when the show changes, and we're going to be once a week on a Wednesday afternoon, we will also be doing jokes and showing your pictures. So keep sending them in. I really, really want to see them and love to see them as well, because they are really cool. Brighten up my day every day I see them. Fantastic. Right. It is story time, Freddie. And it's story time from Bob Hartman's Lion Storyteller Bible. And today's story, remember, is going to be featuring crowds and nets. And today's story is called Jesus's Special Friends. Jesus grew up in a place called Galilee, where there was a large and beautiful lake. And it was there that he began the work God gave him to do. God is like a king, he told the people, and he wants all of you to be a part of his kingdom, to love him and to love each other. People liked to hear Jesus talk. In fact, one morning, the crowd was so huge that Jesus was nearly pushed into the sea. "Excuse me," Jesus asked a fisherman, "could I borrow your boat for a while?" The fisherman's name was Peter. "Of course," he said. "I mean, it's doing me no good. I was out all night and I didn't catch a thing." Jesus climbed into the boat. Peter rowed it a little way from shore, and from there, Jesus talked to the crowd. When he had finished, Jesus sent the people home, and then he turned to Peter. "Let's go out a little further," he whispered. "I'd like to catch some fish." Peter tossed back his head and laughed. "I told you, my men and I were out all night. We caught nothing." Jesus didn't say a word. He just smiled and looked across the lake. "All right," Peter sighed, "if that's what you want." So Peter sailed to the deepest part of the lake. Then he dropped his nets over the side. It took no time at all. The net started pulling and jerking and stretching, and it was all Peter could do to keep the boat from tipping over. "Help!" Peter called to some friends nearby. "Help me, please!" And they rowed to him as fast as they could. Then, all together, the men pulled on the nets, and the fish came tumbling and slapping onto both decks of the boats. Redfish and bluefish came tumbling over, and not just one or two fish, so many in fact that the boat would have sunk had the fishermen not rowed back quickly to shore. Peter looked at the fish. Peter looked at his friends. Then Peter looked at Jesus and fell to his knees, trembling. "Only God or somebody full of his power could do that," Peter said. "And why would someone like that want to go fishing with the likes of me?" Jesus shook his head and smiled. "Don't be scared," he said. "God has given me a lot of work to do, and I need helpers like you and your friends. Once you fished for fish, but from now on, you'll be fishing for people and helping me bring them to God." Then Jesus stepped out of the boat and walked away across the shore. "Come with me," he called. Peter and his friends watched him go. They looked at the fish, they looked at each other, then they dropped their nets, left their boats behind, and raced off to follow Jesus. That's a good story, Fred.
Yeah.
I'm loving these stories, Fred. They are really cool. It's great to refresh ourselves and read these stories. It's fantastic. But yeah, a story about fishing for people. And yeah, fantastic. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Good morning, Rita. Hi, Rita. I hear that you are back from hospital and you are getting stronger each day. It's great to have you here. Brilliant. Hope you are still well. Right. We are going to do some craft now. And for the craft, you're going to need some glue. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need some card. you're going to need a hole punch today. If you haven't got a hole punch, you can use a pencil. I'll talk about that a bit later. And you're going to need some wool. I've got some different coloured bits of wool here. Okay, first thing to do, I've got some small circles I've drawn there. Freddie, would you, this is going to be boring, but would you be able to cut the circles out, please? That'd be awesome. I've also got a red bit of card. Today, you can use whatever colour card you want. It really doesn't matter. The brighter, the better. It'll be fantastic. And what you want to do on your piece of card is I've drawn, it's a little bit more than half a circle. If you have a look there, a little bit more than half a circle. And what I did is I found a small side plate and put that on the card and drew around the plate. And then at the bottom, I've just curved the bottom a bit. I've just put a line there and curved that so it's not straight. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out. Cut that out like that. Then I'm going to cut that line at the bottom. There we go. So it's a little bit like sort of like a moon, like a fat moon rather than a thin moon. But there you go. Now, once you've done that, you want to get your hole punch and you want to do some holes along this edge here, a bit like, there you go. I've done some holes along the bottom there. Now, if you don't have a hole punch, what you could do is being very careful, by the way, is get a sharp pen. This is a pen. Get a sharp pencil, okay, and put this on. If you've got a ball of plasticine or a ball of blue tack, put that underneath your card and then poke your pencil through the card and into the plasticine or the blue tack, and that'll help protect your fingers. But be very careful. But that's another way you can do this if you don't have a hole punch. Okay, now we've done that with the holes. Now what we're going to do is get our wool, and I've got different colours of wool. You can do it with as many colours as you want, or you can just do it with one colour. And what you want to do is you put that wool in half, fold it in half, and then where the loop is, you want to put that through one of the holes. So you've got a loop there, okay? And then you want to put the two ends, a bit tricky, hang on. You want to put the two ends through that loop and gently pull them down. So it's like that. Oh, so it's like that, okay? And you want to do that with the rest of the colours. Oh, thank you, Freddie, for doing those. Also, we've got some big eyes today as well. Freddie, if you could cut the eyes out, that would be fantastic. Okay, so we'll do another loop. Put that through the next hole. So yeah, this is a chance to do loads and loads of different colours. So I've only got 3 colours. I can only find 3 colours of wool in the house. Keep on putting them through. Okay, the 3. Oh, that's the door. Must be George finishing his paper round. Oh. He did forget to bring his key. I did tell him to take his key for it. Oh, George is doing 2 paper rounds today because he's doing one for his friend as well who's away. So what comes after red? Pink. So just take your time with this. There's no need to rush. It's coming on there. Thank you, Fred. There we go. There again. That's one. Thank you. A beautiful assistant. There we go. Oh, you also played the music on the Sunday service as well, didn't you, Fred?
Yes.
You were on your cajon. So if you tune in, you have a look back for yesterday's service to see the craft. You also see Freddie playing his box drum. Right, there you go. That's the start. Took a little while, but if you remember, Freddie did all of these circles. What you want to do is actually we'll do the eyes first. We'll stick the eyes on first. We'll do bigger eyes today. There's one. There's 2 eyes. And with the circles we've done, we can just stick them all over. Whoop. And there. And so use whatever colours you want on this. As long as you have fun, you can do it however you want, really. And there you go. There is your finished jellyfish. And yeah, I think it's quite cool. You can do whatever colour you want, whatever colour card, whatever colour wall. And also with the eyes, depending on where you put the pupils, you can make them look silly or cross or confused. He's a bit cross-eyed, isn't he, Fred? Mm-hmm. But there you go. There is jellyfish. Where are we going to put him?
There's literally no room.
There is no room. I'm going to have to just...
We have 2 more crafts to go.
I'm just going to have to drop him down there. No, we have a craft for Tuesday, a craft for Wednesday, and a craft for Thursday.
Oh, we're doing it Tuesday as well.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, because obviously there's no school assembly tomorrow. So we're live again tomorrow as well. So, yeah. So 3 more crafts to sort. 2 more crafts, because I have sorted tomorrow's, which is over there, but we can't show you. So that is all ready to go. Right, okay. The story. Where were we? What happened on the story, Fred? They went fishing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Have you ever been fishing? I wonder if you've ever tried fishing. I used to go fishing with my brother and my dad. Mum used to come along as well, and we used to go fishing when I was a child. And, well, I never really caught much, to be honest, a bit like Peter. I wasn't that good, to be honest. Some days I just didn't catch anything at all. Pretty much just like Peter at the start of the story, when Jesus asked him to push out his boat, and he said that he'd been fishing all night and hadn't caught anything. But the thing is, I always enjoyed fishing. I mean, it was fun. It was quiet, and it's a relaxing kind of hobby. It was a great way to spend some time outdoors and to do some thinking. And when a fish bites on that hook, it's so exciting. Oh. Hang on a minute. There we go. Lost connections there very shortly. Sorry about that. No, when a fish bites on a hook, it's so exciting. And it doesn't really take much to get started either. You need a pole, and you need some fishing line, and you need a hook. And that's kind of it, really. Except you need one more thing. Do you know what it is? You need some bait to put on the end of your hook. Now, some bait would be something like a worm, or a maggot, or maybe something shiny. You just need something that will get the fish's attention, maybe attract their eye and make him bite. Now, Jesus wants us to be fishers of men. Now, it doesn't mean that we go out fishing for people with a pole and a hook like this. But like any good fisherman, we also need to have good bait when we go fishing. And that can be like this. Oh. There we go. There's our heart there. Now, the best bait is the love of God. And when we love others the way Jesus loves us, we show people how much Jesus loves them. And nothing draws people to Jesus more than seeing real love in action. And Jesus is counting on us to reach out to others and to share the good news, the stories all about him. So let's love our neighbours. Remember, that's everyone, not just our next door neighbours, and give them a reason to believe. Let's pray. God of love and hope, you made the world and you care for all creation. But the world still feels strange right now. The news is full of stories about coronavirus, and some people are worried that they may still get ill. Others are anxious for their family and friends, so be with them and help them to find peace. And we pray for the doctors and the nurses and the scientists and all who are working to discover the right medicine to help those who are ill. And we thank you that even in these anxious times, you are with us. So help us to put our trust in you and to keep us safe. And everybody said, Amen. Amen indeed. Well, thank you guys for joining us this Monday. As I say, our last Monday of BBC TV, but we will be back tomorrow, and we'll be back Wednesday, and we will be back Thursday for our last one before we have a little bit of a break and then come back Wednesday afternoons. So have a great rest of the day. The weather is looking good. It's a good start to the summer holidays. It's going to be good, Fred. I'm sure it's going to be good. So have fun today. if you go out, stay safe, be good. If you stay in, plenty of craft ideas to do. Maybe you've got some wool, maybe you can get one of the jellyfish done. And remember, if you do a jellyfish or if you've got a joke, send them in to barry@holysaviour.church and we will show them on the show. But from us, just to say, have a great rest of the day and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.